Welcome back to my weekly plant-based meal prep. This week we're gonna make some easy plant-based breakfast, lunch, dinner, but also a frozen snack with this protein ice cream. Let's cook. This week for breakfast I'm making a blueberry overnight oats with 35 grams of protein per serve. Start by adding half a cup of oats in a jar, a tablespoon of chia seed in each jar, some protein powder, I'm using vanilla flavor, give a good stir to make sure that the protein powder is well combined with the oat and the chia seed. This prevents any lumps in your overnight oats. Now we're gonna make a blueberry milk. Add some blueberries, fresh or frozen, in a blender with some yogurt and maple syrup, a bit of lemon juice and milk of choice. Blend everything together until it forms a vibrant purple milk. Bring back the jars and now you're gonna divide evenly the blueberry milk in each jar. So the color is gonna change when you store your overnight oats in the fridge. The color is gonna fade a little bit, but the flavor is still the same after a few days. Make sure you combine everything nicely using a stick, like a chopstick or a wooden spoon, to incorporate your blueberry milk with the protein powder and the oats, so everything is gonna get thick when you store in the fridge. Close the jars and pop in the fridge for about 30 minutes until the overnight oats is thick. As you can see, after that time the color has changed. It's way lighter in color, not as purple as before. And because it's thick, you can now add some coconut yogurt on top or any yogurt you like and some more blueberries. Close the jar and store in the fridge for up to 4 days. You can add some sliced almond on top, some lemon zest or some coconut, any topping you love. They store very well for 4 days. Eat cold. When it's ready to eat, you can see that the texture has changed. The overnight oats is thick with a creamy layer of yogurt on top. I really love salad for lunch, so this week I'm making a pasta salad with balsamic dressing. Cook the pasta you like. I choose chickpea pasta and make the dressing using balsamic vinegar, olive oil, garlic cloves. I actually used garlic infused olive oil so it's faster, I don't have to crush the garlic, some salt and Dijon mustard. Then divide the dressing into each jar evenly. Add some canned chickpea. You can also cook your chickpea if you like. Some sun-dried tomatoes. And the cooked chickpea pasta. You can use any kind of pasta you like, it's just that chickpea pasta are a bit higher in protein, so I like them. Some black olives. If you don't like black olives, you can use any kind of olive. Kalamata olive tastes good as well in this salad. Some cherry tomatoes. I don't cut the tomatoes so the salad stays fresh for longer in the jar. Some cucumber and a bit of vegan feta cheese. Pack everything nicely to make some space and add some arugula salad or baby spinach on top. So I like to add my green on top of the jar so it's far away from the salad dressing, and this way it stays fresh and it stays crispy as well. I add some fresh basil on top and then close the jars and place in the fridge. They last about 4 days and stay fresh in the fridge. My high protein dinner this week is a quinoa bake made in one pan with 28 grams of protein per serve. Quinoa is a very high protein grain, perfect if you are trying to add more protein into your diet. It's a good swap to rice or pasta. First, you need to rinse the quinoa to remove any dust and bitterness from the quinoa and add in a large baking dish. Then chop some vegetables. I'm using some red and yellow pepper for this recipe, but you can use what you like. Green pepper works as well. Warm some olive oil and add some chopped red onion first. Cook until fragrant. It takes just a few minutes, and then add the rest of the vegetable, including some frozen peas and corn. Peas are also high in protein, so it also adds more protein to this dish. I'm adding some taco seasoning for flavor and some black beans. To finish, some enchilada sauce. Simmer for just a few minutes until it's fragrant and warm. Then pour the mixture onto the quinoa and add some vegetable stock. Stir everything nicely to make sure the quinoa is covered with the liquid. And cover the baking dish with foil so it bakes evenly without losing any moisture. I bake this dish for about 50-55 minutes until all the liquid is absorbed. It's very easy to make in like 10 minutes. It cooks quickly, and trust me, even my kids love that dinner. Even if quinoa can be a bit of a special grain, they love this Mexican quinoa bake. I add some coconut yogurt on top and some salsa sauce and lots of fresh herbs for flavor and a pinch of salt. Then divide the quinoa bake into 6 portions, and you can store everything in that baking dish if you have space in the fridge, or if it's easier for you for takeaway lunch, you can store the dish into smaller airtight container as I did in here. My high protein snack this week is a frozen treat. We are making some protein ice cream using banana, soy milk, soy yogurt, peanut butter, chocolate protein powder and cocoa powder. Blend everything together to form a sort of chocolate peanut butter shake. It should be smooth and thick. Bring some popsicle mold and fill up to the top with the chocolate mixture. When it's filled, add the cover and place some wooden popsicle stick in the center. Freeze overnight. The next day, you can add a chocolate layer around each popsicle. To release the popsicle, run some warm water over the silicone mold, release the popsicle, and melt some dark chocolate chip with coconut oil to make a chocolate shell. I melt it into a tall mug, so it's much easier to dip the popsicle rather than a shallow dish. Bring the popsicle and dip each popsicle into the warm melted chocolate. Because the melted chocolate contains coconut oil, the chocolate shell is gonna firm up quite quickly onto the frozen popsicle. As you can see, the first two that I already dipped in are set. You can add some chopped peanuts or coconut on top of the popsicles if you like. They are creamy and fudgy in the center after they stay like 5 minutes at room temperature. Of course, when they are straight out the freezer, they are a bit hard. So I always recommend that you wait a little before crunching into those lovely popsicle treats. To store my popsicle, I simply place some parchment paper at the bottom of an airtight container and some more parchment paper between each popsicle so they don't stick to each other.